Electronics is that I expect things that work electronically to just work. I need to come up with something else, right? But it's all right because this is the daily go-get-mism show. You think it ain't when it is? Huh? You think it won't when it is? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking all fast lane, no coasting. And everything is going to be all right. We talk about the explicit version and the TV version tonight. Tonight. I don't know if people gonna have problems finding this show tonight, but we gonna rock. We gonna rock. We do our thing. So tonight, Hump Day Wednesday, Hump Day, excuse me, Hump Day, yeah, baby. Hold on, I gotta get my water. I don't have my water. Let me get my water and we'll be straighter. All right. Straight out of Germantown, crazy MNF named Sunset. All right, so yeah, tonight we're talking about the explicit version and the TV version of movies. Now, when I say explicit version, I don't mean that it's necessarily like an X-rated movie or like there's a lot of sex in it, but it may be rated R or rated mature. What are the, now I know when I was coming up, movies that were for people 17 and up were rated R. And so if you went to go see a movie that was rated R, you had to show proof that you were 17 years older or more, or you had to be accompanied by an adult. But then they changed it. So there used to be rated R and PG and G. I think there are different ratings now because I think they came out mature in NC-17 and that. Let me see. Where are we? Let me see. What are the maturity ratings for movies now? Okay, so what we had? So it's still the same. No, they got more. Okay, so it's G, that's general audiences. PG, parental guidance suggested. PG-13, some material may be inappropriate for pre-teenagers under 13. You know this was pre-internet. And R, restricted. Under 17 requires an accompanying parent or adult guardian, contains significant adult material. And then there's NC-17, no one under 17 admitted. Clearly adult, absolutely no children or teens admitted. Clearly adult, absolutely no children or teens admitted, usually due to explicit sex or sadistic violence. You know what I think is interesting about that? It's called NC-17. So it says no one 17 and under admitted. Clearly adult, absolutely no children or teens admitted. 17 is a teen. Let me make sure that I'm coming through here. Let me just be sure. Yeah, we good. We good. Some bum is trying to call in while I'm doing my preamble. Good luck. You can keep calling. As a matter of fact, I might put their number in the chat. See how you like that. Okay, for streaming services like Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, You will also commonly see TVY, TVG, TVPG, TV14, TV mature for mature audiences. Okay. All right. So back in the day, when we had to go to the movies, which was the only way we could see movies other than, VCR and stuff like that, even before VCR, because I'm almost 56 years old, So I remember a time when there wasn't even VCRs yet. There. So we had to wait for movies that were in the movies to be played on TV. And when you had to wait for movies that were, in the movies, first of all, you had to wait until that movie was no longer making money at the box offices anymore. So the movie had to be totally through, and then you waited for it to come on TV. And when you saw it on TV, you know that there were going to be mad commercials, and they were going to cut out mad scenes. So any of those explicit scenes, if there was any nudity, if there was any cursing and all of that, that wasn't getting played on TV. So what we're going to talk about tonight is whether those movies that came on TV that were in the movies were even worth watching. And we can have some fun with it. We can talk about specific movies with specific scenes that got cut out. And we can get a little nostalgic with it. But, there were also, some movies that were still good when they came on TV. But you had to get through the commercials. It's funny because now YouTube got commercials. You be watching your favorite content creators. Oh, well, if you don't have YouTube Premium, you got to go through the commercials anyway. But even if you have YouTube Premium, some content creators have paid advertisements. So you got to go through that. Yeah. Movie night, baby. Hit that like button, y'all. Yeah. Carry right. Yo. Carla. Did y'all have any problem catching the show or finding the show tonight? Because YouTube been acting real shady. Jeff Sprayberry. Urban Therapy with Sun 752 with this your daily. It's the daily go get up Miz show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it is? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, thinking all fast lane, no coasting, and everything is gonna be all right. We talking about the explicit version versus the TV version. Well, not really versus. Not really versus. We're just talking about the explicit version of movies. Y'all know what that is. Oh, I should have said the original version. The thing is, when it comes to movies, you can say or think that the original version is the version that you go see in the movies. But the truth of the matter is that there's so many different cuts. There's so many different versions of a movie that are available in different forms. Like, when you go see the movie in the movies in the United States, there is actually a United States version of that movie. If you watch that movie overseas, Europe, Africa, Asia, you may see a different version of that movie, and not just the subtitles or the language, the language being changed or whatever, but they actually have, scenes that they may not have considered to be appropriate for American audiences. And then you have like the director's cut. Hold on. I looked it up. And here are the different versions of movies. The movie. Hold on. Here we go. These are the different versions of a movie. So you have the theatrical cut, the original version released in theaters for the public. That's what I would consider to be the American version if it was made in the United States. Then you have the director's cut. And y'all may have heard of some movies, like when you buy the DVD, or sometimes the DVD will have like a separate version of the movie that's available called the director's cut. So those may contain deleted scenes that were removed from the original cut or theatrical cut. Then you have the extended unrated version. Footage that was cut for pacing or age restriction or age ratings is added back in. So all the nasty stuff. Nasty. Yeah. They got to do it fluid. They got to do it fluid in the extended unrated version. I'd like to see the extended unrated version of Finding Nemo. Yeah, Dory Smut. Yeah, Nemo. Yeah, Dory. Yeah, I knew she was a freak. Okay. And then the alternate international cuts, variations made to satisfy foreign censorship laws or television edits that remove mature content and language. Then you have remasters and restoration, upgraded visual or audio formats, 4K, UHD, HDR. So, you know, there are different versions of the movies, and that may have an impact on which movie that you might see. So tonight we're going to get a little nostalgic, and we're going to talk about the movies that we saw in the movies and those movies that came on TV that used to be in the movies. We're going to talk about the good ones, the bad ones, and let's have a little fun with it. Let's talk about the movies that we may have seen in the movies that there's no way that they could play those movies on TV. Not on American TV. There's no way it could happen. Why couldn't it happen? Mad cursing. Everything would be added, so edited that you would either have to replace the audio with, like, you know how, like, you watch movies on TV and they're so good with it. You rewind back like they may have said like a bunch of curse words at once, and they make it look like, I guess they do it with AI or something like that. They make it look like that was the original version. You're like, that's not what he say in the movie. They did a pretty good job with that because it looks like his lips actually said what they made it say. But that's not what it said in the movie because you saw the movie. You saw the movie. Yeah. So, yeah. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to put my drums away and we're going to get into this whole thing. We will. Okay. Somehow, I don't remember doing Omar with the rrr. And if you can't say Omar with the rrr, then you just say Omar with the R. Somehow, I don't remember doing it. It's okay. I'm getting older. You know what I'm saying? There's a good chance that I'm just slipping. I'm just slipping. But anyway, let's go into that right now. What movies can y'all think of right off the head that could never be played on TV? Like it would just maybe the movie, maybe it would just take away from the essence of the movie if they ever tried to play the movie on TV. Which movies come to your mind? I know one movie comes to my mind that I say there's no way that they could play this movie on TV. There's just no way. This is like they wouldn't have any movie to play, or they would have to edit so long. Probably no editor would sign up for this. Like, no, I'm not editing all of this, man. This is too much. Like, just 86 this. Tell them to go get the DVD. Yeah, I mean on network TV. Which movies that were movies in the theaters that they could never play on network TV? Which ones? Like they could never play. I mean, of course, they could play it on the cable channels and, premium channels and all of that. I'm not talking. I mean, network TV, ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox. Which movies come to your mind? Not even late night. Like the answer is no. What up, Miss Grim Ripper? How you feeling? How you feeling? Good to see you. You say you can't stay, not feeling well. Well, you go ahead and recharge your battery. Do your thing. Do your thing. Thanks for coming through and representing, though. I appreciate that. Carrie said, having the character saying, what the flip instead of what the... Which movies come to your mind? What movie comes to your mind, or what movies come to your mind that you would say there's no way that they could play this movie on TV? Like, you just got to forget about it. Try something else. Do something else. Find another way. Go a different path, another route. Which movies? Which movies come to your mind? Which movies come to? Come on, y'all. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Which movies can you name that they would never be able to play on? All right, I'll give you one. And maybe this one will spark another one. Marvina Bigby, what's good? Harlem Nights, not meant for TV. They could play Harlem Nights on TV. I think they could. Because it wasn't like a real explicit movie. It was just, you take out a couple of curse words or whatever. You know what I mean? No, they can do Harlem Nights because they could replace it. They could replace the audio and you could still get the essence of what Harlem Nights was about. But there are some movies. You said not funny without cursing. Okay. Well, some people might disagree with that. But the bottom line is you would still be able to, you would be able to get Harlem Nights. So now I'm saying like, okay, you've seen Harlem Nights. So you know where the curse words are and you know what they say. So you would be able to be like, all right, they replaced this one or they cut it out or whatever, or they made it say something different than what they said, but you would probably still be able to laugh at the movie. Now, but there might be some movies where you would say, like, yo, this just not going to work. This is not going to work. All right, I'm going to get my chair. Yeah, I'm going to get my chair and we're going to talk about it from there. I get my chair, we talk about it from there. Yeah, I get my chair, we talk about it from there. Yeah, I get my chair, we talk about it from there. You know how we do this thing. I don't care, baby. All right. Movies that they could never play on network TV. I'm going to give you one, and when I give you this one, you're going to say, yeah, there's no way they could do that. Scarface. Can you imagine how many times they would have to bleep out the word fuck? You can't play all the cocaine, like no TV. I don't see any way you could play Scarface on network TV and it could be anywhere near good. Like, especially if you never saw the movie Scarface. Like, they would have to, like, the dialogue was so laced with the word fuck in it, you wouldn't be able to get past a line. You wouldn't be able to get past a line. Jeff says, mother freaker, say hello to my. Every line, almost every sentence that they said would be, like, I wouldn't sign up to, like, they would have to pay me millions to edit that. I'd be like, man, this is too much. This is too much. It's not just, the language alone would be a real issue. But then all of the violent scenes, you know what I mean? In the beginning of the movie, his friend getting his head. What they cut off? Where they cut his arm off, cut his head off, or whatever. Okay, now, all right. So since I came up with Scarface, now you saying okay. Now you don't think they would be able to play Casino on TV? I think they would be able to do it. Pulp Fiction? I don't know. I don't think that would be good. Pulp Fiction would not be good on TV. I think you're right about that one. Casino, I think they can make that work. I think they can make Casino work. Well, let me ask y'all this one. How about Goodfellas? Could you put Goodfellas on TV? They might be able to do it. They might. They might. But a movie like Scarface, a movie like Pulp Fiction, Hegseth on watch Pete Hegseth on the news. Motherfuckers doing lines from Pulp Fiction. Like, dude, you put the incomp in incompetence. You say yes, they have what? A lot of the monologue, a lot of the dialogue you would have to cut out, and it would be corny. It would be corny. Baby Grizz, what's good? Tori, what up, Tori? Said, have they put Kill Bill on network TV? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't watched a movie like, sometimes they'll play movies on a cable channel and you think you're safe. And then you realize it's one of those cable channels like USA Network, TBS, TNT. You know what I mean? You like, oh, it came on cable. I'm good. I'm about to see the movie. Then the commercials kick in and then you see they cut out. You're like, remember the good old days when cable meant no commercials? That's what cable meant. There was no other reason to have cable. You paid for it. No advertisements. None. Now you pay for it and you pay for the advertisement. Make it make sense. I don't think you could do it. Make it make sense. I don't think you could do it. But yeah. Another movie. Some of those war movies. Do y'all think? How about Full Metal Jacket? Full Metal Jacket probably has been on network TV, but would that be a good? Would that play right on network TV? Full Metal Jacket? Maybe so, maybe not. Borderline. Seems like I'm going to lose my mind. You just keep on pushing my love over the borderline. Borderline. Keep pushing me. Keep pushing me. Keep pushing my love. You just keep, oh, come on, baby. Come on, darling. Yeah. Okay. Full Metal Jacket. Yes, no. What y'all think? What you think? I don't know. Let me see another movie. Some comedy movies I don't think would be good on TV. Full Metal Jacket has been on network TV. I'm not surprised. Me so horny. Me love you long time. Yeah, I'm not surprised that's been on network TV. Not surprised. But was it good on network TV? That's the question. Trading Places has been on network TV for sure. And I think Trading Places is not a bad TV movie. You're still going to get the essence of Trading Places, even with the commercials, even with them bleeping out certain things. I mean, all in all, I think it was a safe movie. I think it was a safe enough movie. You said they bleeped out most of the dialogue. Yeah, that had to happen. remember, remember Cooley High coming on network TV back in the day? You know what I mean? Like, oh, Cooley High coming on TV. Was it coming on Channel 6, coming on? Well, I should say. Well, you know, we would talk about the local channel. So Channel 6 was ABC in Philly. Now you gotta say, because you know, a lot of people don't have cable anymore. They just have streaming services or smart TV. You gotta say ABC, NBC, CBS, PBS, Fox. They don't have no UPN anymore, right? No UPN, no WB, right? Yeah, that was short-lived. They didn't make it. They had good TV though. They had pretty good programs when they were hot. But yeah, Cooley High. You know, all them commercials in Cooley High, and then they would, you know, they would cut out certain scenes. You'd be like, now, Cooley High didn't have any explicit sex scenes or anything like that. They didn't have that, but they didn't need to. You know, back then we were using our imagination strong. So they could play Cooley High on network TV. But they still cut stuff out. They still cut stuff out of Cooley High. We didn't care. We breathed those. We breathed those commercials out, and we still did our thing. Tropic Thunder. I don't even know that movie. Y'all know the movie Tropic Thunder? I don't know that one. Let me see. The movie Tropic Thunder. Oh. Okay. A satirical action comedy directed by and starring Ben Stiller. Okay. Yeah, I don't know that movie. How about would any John Woo movies, like, well, how about John Wick? Would they be able to play a John Wick movie on network TV? Would that work? John Wick flick on TV? Would that work? What y'all think? Yes, no, maybe so. No, no. 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 Oh, I'm the dude playing the dude disguised as another dude. Okay, all right. The guy says society is too sensitive these days. People get offended by everything and lose their sense of comedy. Well, that doesn't have anything to do with the networks. The networks deal with the money, and the FCC decides, you know, what kind of material can and cannot be shown on network TV. So it's not really about people being sensitive. It's about you're not even going to get a chance to see that shit. You're not even going. Good one, Carla. Saw. I'll bet you they have put Saw on network TV, though. I'll bet you they have. And you know what? Saw is one of those movies, I think, that they made too many sequels to. Like, all right. I think they should have stopped after no more than 3. Because it got to be pretty predictable. Carrie said John Wick won't make it on network TV. I could definitely see Saw not making it. Did you see Saw? No. I didn't see Saw. I couldn't see Saw. The guy says, I think they would, but heavily censored. A John Wick movie? It's a lot of violence. A lot of violence in John Wick. Pow, 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 pow. Brr, brr, brr. So it's the movie where Robert Downey Jr. played an Australian who was in blackface and consumed by his role. Oh, okay. No, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Carla says, son is really gory. I'm not gory. Human centipede. Damn, the guy you hadn't subbed before, because this is not your first time here. You've been here before. I seen you. But thanks for the sub. As a matter of fact, appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yeah, you've definitely been here before. But good looking out on the sub. Good looking out on the sub. All right, what we got? All right. So movies that would not play well on network TV. Like, nah, we got an 86 that. Scrap that. We can't do it. Sorry, sir. Cutting room floor. Cutting room floor. How about 9.5 weeks? Could 9.5 weeks be played on network TV? What do y'all think? Kim Basinger. Kim Basinger. Yes, no, hell no. What do y'all think? Kim Basinger. Would they be able to do it? You know, a lot of people like 9.5 weeks. There's a lot of shakes in 9.5 weeks. Very sexual. Very sexual. You said nope. No 9.5 weeks. Yeah, they even if they cut out some of the sex scenes, it would be a little tough. But they got ways of editing, man. Did they ever show Jungle Fever on network TV? Would that work? Oh, Jungle Fever was a pretty important movie. It's a good movie. But you know, first time Wesley, smutted out Angela, got pretty hot. Oh, they did play Jungle Fever on network TV? Okay. Okay, so a lot of movies with Samuel in them. I never would have thought of spelling it like that. I can dig it. A lot of movies with Samuel. Okay. Yeah. And that's funny about Samuel because he'll cuss his ass off. But you ain't gonna see him in no explicit scenes. Not even like, has he even held hands with a bitch in the movies? Samuel be like, wait. Y'all doing too much. Yeah, I used to smoke crack, but I got an image to uphold. I ain't into that no more. We not doing that no more. I said, yes, but it took years before they did. Okay, we still talking about Jungle Fever. All right. Okay. In Shaft, he stared into a woman. You right. He did. He stared right into the woman's eyes. And he stood next to Halle Berry in Jungle Fever. So, yeah. 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 Moving? Yeah. Grooving? Yeah. Regardless of the movie Saw was gory, not you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was good. You know, Saw, like I said, I think they should have stopped Saw after 3. Because it began to get predictable and to me a little bit corny. Like, y'all, I get it. People still coming to see the movie. The movie makes money. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. I guess that's why I'm not in charge of things like that. Because if I was in charge of shit, I'd be like, nah, man, we got to move on to something new. They'd be like, yo, we getting money over here. What you talking about? Move on to something new. Like, yo, it's just corny. You know what I mean? We need to move on to something new. We're like, yo, this dude is not. Get this bum out of here. Get this bum out of here. Okay, so the explicit version, the TV version. Now, not you would. All right, let me put it this way. Not everyone appreciates the explicit version of movies and even of music, because we can talk about that a little bit too. No, well, yeah, but it's true. We can talk about that a little bit too. You know, many people are not offended by the themes that are in movies, the scenes, sometimes the nudity, you know, a full frontal. If you can get it, you know, it's not easy to find movies where they have full frontal, but they do have that, especially in some foreign films. In some foreign films, but yeah, some people are offended by that. Some people don't want to. They don't want to hear that, or they don't want to see those things. But it's the same thing with movies. I mean, I'm sorry, the same thing with music. Do y'all remember back when we still bought CDs and Walmart, you could get CDs for cheap, but they were all the censored version. They were all the clean version. Like Walmart didn't have any. They didn't sell CDs that had the mature sticker on them. So it was always safe to buy CDs from Walmart. And I found that out the hard way. I was like, oh, these CDs cheap. I bought about 5 CDs from Walmart. Got home, you know, I'm playing them in the car. I was like, what is this shit? You know you can't return a CD, right? Once you crack that seal, you bought it. You bought it. Ain't no turning back, ain't no money back, ain't no nothing. I was so fucking mad. What did I buy? I bought Freeway's second album. I bought the Dog Pound. They had came out with a CD after a while. I bought that shit from Walmart. I only buy music that's rated mature. You know, they got the explicit advisory, you know, explicit lyrics, whatever. But yeah. Yeah. Some people don't want to hear any cursing in their music and all of that kind of stuff. Some people really just don't like that. It's like people who don't like hot sauce. You know what I'm talking about? It's like people who don't like hot sauce. Like, I don't know. It's hot. I can't eat that. It's hot. It's too spicy. I can't eat that. It's hot. It's too hot. They the same people who can't eat chicken. Can't eat fish with bones in it. I got bones in it. I can't eat it. It will swallow a bone. It's gonna choke me. I'm gonna die. Yeah, they had more than 3 Saw movies. They had so many Saws. Let me see. How many sequels were there to the movie Saw? 9. Fucking 9, Carrie. 9. This many plus this many. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like, come on, man. Come on. The last Saw X came out and shit, it looked like 10 of them came out. Saw X 2023. They started Saw in 2004. And that shit came out every year until 2009. Then Saw 3D, known as Saw the Final Chapter. Then Jigsaw in 2007. Yeah, that's man. Didn't. But yeah. Yeah, 9 Saws. 9 Saws. And you know, them Saw movies got to be cheap to make. Because it all be happening in one room and shit like that. Well, you know what? Let me not say that because I didn't see them all. And I think after 2, I wasn't watching anymore. I'm good. Oh, you never saw Saw? Okay. You never seen Saw? I think I saw a portion of a scene or 2. Okay. Marvina says the Walmart CDs were good to have because you couldn't play mature with kids in the car. That's what I'm saying. But shit, if they in my car, they're gonna hear whatever. You ain't gonna hear all that shit. I even got the explicit versions of Anita Baker. I got the explicit version of the Luther Vandross box set. I got the explicit version of the Commodores LTD. Barry Gibb. I'm sorry, Andy Gibb. I got the explicit version of Solid Gold. You remember the show Solid Gold? You know, with the Solid Gold dancers. They had the Solid Gold countdown. They had the groups and singers on Solid Gold. Marilyn McCoo on Solid Gold. Andy Gibb, may he rest in peace, on Solid Gold. On Solid Gold. You name some movies. Oh yeah. Final Destination, Caligula, Natural Born Killers. They never put Natural Born Killers. You know, that's a movie I thought that they would try to get on TV. And that's the thing. When they try to put really racy movies on TV, they do that shit they be promoting it. You be like, oh shit, they go, You really be thinking they gonna show some shit. Like, yeah, I'm gonna watch that shit. That shit come on CBS. And that's what you gonna see. You gonna see some BS. I see BS. This ain't the right movie. This suck. This sucks. Let me see. The final chapter and another thing, part 58. All right. Carla said the Da Vinci Code. No, you spelled it right. I think it's 2 C's in it. In Vinci. But it might not be. Let me see. Da Vinci Code. All right. Marvina says, I spent enough time at the principal's office. Didn't need to push it. Okay. You know what? I'm picking up what you putting down. I am. You said my son was a badass kid. I hear you. Carrie says, the day that Caligula comes on TV, I'm throwing my TV out the window. So you better, I ain't like the movie in the movies. Movies suck. That's one of those movies that was supposed to be so nasty. And, when you a kid, all the kids be talking about, oh, yeah, Caligula. You know what I mean? We ain't fucked the horse. You see the movie, you like, did she really fuck the horse? Like, we get it. That's what she was supposed to be doing. But did she do it? She ain't really do it. Now, I have seen some videos with a woman. Yeah. I didn't. Yeah. Crazy as hell. We said that movie was nasty in 72. 1972. Yeah. That was nasty. But it wasn't, to me, it wasn't even a good movie. It sucked. I like it. Caligula. But yeah, my friends would be like, oh yeah, Caligula. Like, this movie sucked. When I finally saw it, I was like, yo, this is ass. I don't know what I expected. I didn't expect it to be like a Greek movie. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking, but yeah. What happened, happened. What happened had happened. Oh, you said 79. That's when it came out? Not 72? 79. Okay. 79 sound right. Caligula. How about Faces of Death? Faces of Death. I recently found out that the movie Faces of Death, which was like a documentary style of movie, come to find out that shit wasn't even really real. I'm thinking that the people that got killed in the movie really died, and no, that's not how it was. Did y'all know that? Shirley Sherrill, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. Shirley Sherrill, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. Did you know that Faces of Death that it wasn't real? It wasn't even real. Well, you might have heard of it though, Carrie, because they were talking about how they was eating the monkey brains. And it really looked like it. It really looked like it in the movie. But it wasn't true. It was a lie. It was a lie. Let me look it up. And I'll tell you all what it says. The movie Faces of Death. All right. Faces of Death, the documentary movie. There you go. Okay. All right. This article is about the original 1978 film for the remake. No, I don't want to see it. All right. Faces of Death later released the original Face of Death. Is a 1978 American Mondo horror film written and directed by John Allen Schwartz, credited under the pseudonyms Conan Silaire and Alan Black, respectively. Okay. The film presented as if it were an actual documentary, centers on pathologist Francis B. Gross, played by actor Michael Carr, who presents the viewer with footage showing different gruesome ways of dying from a variety of sources. Many scenes were faked for the film, but most portions include pre-existing video footage of real deaths and their aftermath. Faces of Death received generally negative reviews from critics, but was a success at the box office, reportedly grossing over $35 million worldwide. It gained a cult following and spawned several sequels, the first of which, Faces of Death 2, was released in 1981. All right. Presented as if it were an actual documentary. Many scenes were faked for the film, but most portions included pre-existing video footage of real deaths and their aftermath. How do you know what to trust? Dimple D's, what's going on, man? What's up? Okay. He says, I would say Nymphomaniac, but they'll probably air it these days. Okay. But yeah, some of these movies, hey. Some movies you really can play on TV or whatever. I mean, some movies are, meant to stay in the movies. Like you can't play that version on TV. Like it's just not gonna work. It just ain't gonna work. But let me see. Does anybody in here prefer the edited versions of movies, like the TV versions? Like, I don't know. I don't like watching the original movies that I saw in movies or that were in the movies. I don't like to watch them on TV. It was cool when we was younger and we ain't had no choice and we were really waiting for certain movies to finally come on regular TV so we could see them. What was the worst? What was the worst gimmick ever on TV? To me, 3D. They would have they would advertise certain movies like they were going to be on 3D and you could watch it in 3D on your TV at home. They had everybody running around here buying 3D glasses with like the red and the blue lens. That shit ain't work. And I remember thinking to myself, like, even if it didn't work, who the hell wants to see who wants to watch a movie in blue and red? Blue and red together normally equals purple, right? But that shit never worked. Or if it worked wherever y'all were, let me know. But I don't remember that shit ever working. Them fucking uncomfortable ass paper 3D glasses. All right, that's real. Good morning, ma'am. How are you this evening?
Good morning. Hello, everybody in the chat. I got a quick break.
Okay.
I was listening to, I listened to the show, but I just can't, that. But anyway, you were just talking about that movie. I thought it was called Many Faces of Death,
It was,
where they,
yeah.
excuse me, where they showed them eating monkey brains,
Yeah.
the people in the electric chair,
Uh-huh.
showing how they done autopsy. My
Mm-hmm.
husband had got a hold of that. I could only look at it one time. It was horrible,
Yeah.
really horrible.
But don't
Yeah,
worry, a lot of it wasn't real. Some of it was,
yeah.
but most of
Because I couldn't see. I couldn't believe that they would be eating monkey brains while the monkey is alive.
right?
You know what I mean?
Right?
Yeah.
And remember how it went? Like they beat the monkey in the head and then they
Yeah,
just started
exactly.
eating and they was eating it like they was sharing shrimp or something like that. Like nobody flinched.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, yeah,
Well,
I don't think that one was real.
what? I got well, like I say, I only watched it one time. He got a hold to, the 8 track.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, this, who could make something like this? Yeah. But it was kind of on the documentary. It kind of like a documentary too. Yeah. But it was horrible. It was horrible.
It
I just
was.
had to say that quick. And hi everybody in the chat. Love you guys. Miss you guys. Okay. I'm gonna keep listening. I can't turn it out. Okay.
All right. Well, thanks
All
for
right.
calling in. I appreciate you.
Okay.
Love
Love you guys.
always.
All
All
right.
right.
Bye bye.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, yeah. The monkey brains faces of death. It will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. The faces of death will not be televised. Let me see. You said the last Rambo movie will not be played on network TV for good reason. Marvina said, I watched Risky Business. They beeped out the cuss words. It was silly. Oh, yeah. Because he was like, sometimes you just got to say, what the fuck? Make your move. Like, I don't think I'm going to say what the fuck anymore. You know what I watched today? Rain Man. I never watched that movie. A movie, what came out like back in 89, 88 or something like that. Rain Man. It's an interesting movie. Rain Man. Rain Man. You ever see Rain Man? Well, I was kind of digging it. Rain Man. He was pretty good with math, wasn't he? All right. Carrie said that little monkey head was sticking up through the table, right? That was a mess. And they had them little mallets, yup. Boop, boop, boop. They was chowing down on the monkey brains. Raw. All right. Carla says, there's some strange people in this world. You can't even say what they will and or won't do. You ain't never lied. Yeah, you saw Rain Man. I'm an excellent driver, right? I gotta go watch the whole thing. I only saw like the last maybe like 20 minutes of it. You know what I mean? I'm like, I gotta go back and watch Rain Man. This joint was all right. It was all right, Rain Man was. It was okay. I didn't know that his name was Raymond. Rain Man. Huh? I didn't know. Oh, you didn't know Faces of Death is what you were watching. Oh. Oh. Okay. The explicit version, the TV version. Make sure y'all hit the like button, y'all. I appreciate it. Please hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Daily Go Getimism Show. I'm your host, Sun752, aka Omar, with the. All right, and we're talking about the explicit version, the TV version, the explicit version, the TV version. When we talk about the explicit version, wait, Carla says, any cannibal movies? How about Hannibal movies? No? Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Cannibal movies. Like the documentary of Jeffrey Dahmer. I don't know. Probably not. Too soon. Carrie says, look at you. You're just poor white trash. Did you mean Hannibal Lecter? Cannibal Lecter. Yo, check out Missy. What's good? Yo, check out Missy. Yo, check out Missy. What's good? How you been? Good to see you. But yeah, the explicit version of TV. Is there anybody within the sound of my voice that prefers the clean version of things? And hold on. While we on that, I want to ask y'all. Wait a minute, this is odd. Yo, I'm not showing the poll question on my screen. I don't see the poll question. Do y'all see the poll question? What happened to the poll question? What are they doing, man? I don't see it. All right, I'm going to refresh. Let me refresh. Now I see it. All right. Okay, Missy says, I've been great, thank you. Atlanta is a host city for the World Cup, so I've been having a blast doing the absolute most. Okay. All right. Sound hype. The Rise and Fall was a cannibal film. Okay. Marvina says, quit kissing your cat off. He is messing with stuff. Oh, quit pissing my cat off. He's messing with stuff. Nah, she ain't do nothing. She ain't do nothing. She good. I think. You all right? Yeah, she cool. She's not the problem here. All right. So I want to switch gears for a second. I want to switch gears for a hot second. Like Do y'all have a problem with your kids going to go see R-rated movies? Since we talking about the explicit version. Like when you were younger, did your parents allow you to go see movies that were rated R or NC-17 before you were that age? Like when you were, 11, 12, 13 years old, were you only allowed to watch PG movies or G-rated movies or PG-13? And what do you think now? What do you think? Do you let your kids watch whatever they want to watch? And you just sort of, you know, give them the context of what's real or what's fake or whatever? Or, or is there another way that you handle that situation? What do you think about your kids? What do you think about children and mature movies, R-rated movies, or whatever? What do you think? You said my parents did, but the movie theater wouldn't let us in. Same thing over here, but sometimes the movie theater would let us in. Sometimes they wouldn't question us. It was like, we would take the chance to go see them. We take the chance. Missy says, my parents had no idea what I was doing at that age. Really? Jim Borghini says, yes, I was going to the White Stone Cinema back when I was a kid to see anything. Okay. Jeff says, my parents put a lock code on MTV when I was a kid. The damn code was 1234. Very creative code. Very creative. Missy says, I'm team no kids, but life is mature. They need to get used to it. You sure you wrote that right? All right. Carrie says, my kids were able to watch whatever as long as it wasn't too sexualized. Okay. What about video games? A lot of these video games out here are very violent, and some of them are sexual as well. They definitely have sex themes and nudity in some of these games. They're rated mature. And I'm sure with the level of violence, nudity, adult themes, what do you think? Carrie says a lot of the video games were violent. A lot of them were, and a lot of them are. They really are. And those games are rated mature. Now, the thing is, if you have an account with, let's say, like the PlayStation Network, now you have to put your age information in the database in order to create an account. So if you put in an account and let's say your age is less than 18, when you go to the PlayStation store and try to either order a game or try to play a game, they're not going to let you do it. They're not going to let you do it. You're not just going to be able to buy the game. They're going to restrict you because you're not old enough. But they be getting them games though. You know what I'm saying? Carrie says, GTA started getting crazy. And I was like, and they have. You should see them. Woo. Yeah, they get busy. Some of today's games are damn near porn. I want to thank God for that. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Marvina says, I was glad my son lost interest in gaming. And, I don't even blame you for feeling that way because, the context in which a lot of these games are, like, it ain't the move. Dimple says R-rated movies contain content that is too mature for young children, and gaming, which my children never played or watched. Really? Your kids were never into video games? Amazing. I mean, literally, that's amazing. Gary says, when GTA started going ham with the explicit scenes, I told my kids, let's go. Let's go shoot people in Call of Duty. I could pretend I didn't hear it, but I did. That's the only thing. Let's go shoot people in Call of Duty. Like, forget about that explicit trash. Blood and gore. I'll play Call of Duty. And the violence is so explicit. Like, they got these modes where if somebody kill you, you automatically you end up in a body bag. So you got shot and killed, and you already in a body bag. I'm like, yo, this game is humiliating. Straight humiliating. I will not put up with this crap. I forgot to add the yay. Yay. It's too much. It's too much. Marvina says a movie is a couple of hours. Video games would be all day. Yes, yeah. You ain't never lied. The odd thing about it is, or the funny thing about it is, all video games are movies. Literally. Like, if you watch the video, if you could separate the video game, if you could take out the video game part, you could actually watch the movie that the video game is being played on. It's literally a movie. Every video game is a movie. Dimple says, no, my daughter was not interested at a young age, but my son was more into virtual reality. Okay. I could see how. Yeah. It's funny because I don't like VR. I don't like VR. I don't want to be in a video game. I don't want to be in a video game. I'm good with my controller. I was talking to my young boy at my job, and this was months ago at my old job. And, he was trying to get me into virtual reality. He was like, yo, you gotta try it. Like, how can you not like it? I'm like, I don't like it. I don't want to be in the video game. I'm cool. But yeah, every video game is a movie. They have a director and everything. They got to practice those, the audio lines, and yeah. And there's acting in the video games. You'll see some of the, like, especially movies like The Last of Us, Resident Evil, Tomb Raider. Oh, Gary says, I love my Xbox Connect. It's awesome. Feeling like you're the actual box or you're riding the hoverboards. Mm, cool. I miss Super Nintendo Mario Kart for life. All right. Can you be addicted to gaming? Hell yeah. Just like people are addicted to gambling. You can definitely be addicted to gaming. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. All right, let's go to the poll question. The poll question actually deals with what we're talking about with the video games and the movies. Do you see a difference between movies rated R and video games rated mature for your kids? 40% said no R movies or mature games for mine. Okay, and that's the majority. 20% says R movies yes, mature games no. 15% said R movies no, mature games yes. And 25% said I allow both, but I monitor both. You know, I don't have a problem with that, with those answers. That's not bad. It's a pretty good balance, if you want to call it that. The majority of people, out of 20 people, 40% said no R movies or mature games for their children. Protect the children. No, it seems like they gonna get they fix of violence somewhere. They got them damn phones, man. They got the phones, and they can't be stopped. Nothing can save you. All right, let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious June 24th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are SPECIAL. We get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. We get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. We get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box. My girl, go get a Portia Namaste. Portia Namaste. And also Sharon Butler, Khadijah Blake, Joy, love Miss Joy Finster. Actually, it's Finister. Okay. And Tressa Carter Costin, Lionel Hanser, Dorothy Haynes. My girl, go get a Mia Artemis Whaley. And last but not least, my heavenly go-getter. She passed some time ago. She was definitely good people. May she rest in heaven. Guinevere Edamwanyi. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all a good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious June 24th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, TV version, explicit version, international version, the version that you watch on the planes if they show movies, the good version, director's cut, extended version. Listen, our movies are our movies, man. Our movies are our movies. We watch them. We pick them apart. We admire them. Some of us identify through the characters in the movies. Hey, yo, enjoy responsibly. Enjoy responsibly. There are always going to be movies that really, really move us. I wonder why where the term movie derived from. Yeah, let's take a look at that. Why do we call motion pictures movies? Movie is simply a shortened colloquial nickname for moving picture. Ain't that some shit? Early 20th century audiences used to describe a revolutionary novelty. Photographs played in rapid succession to create the visual illusion of continuous motion. Behind this simple term is a fascinating evolution of early cinema. All right. Did I say cinema? It's cinema. Did I say cinema? It's time for me. I gotta go to bed. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night, 1 a.m. in the morning, for another daily go-getterism show. So y'all come through, come on in hot. My girl Naturalista Rap coming through. Appreciate you. You came right on the last seconds, and it's all good. Love is love, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel. Holla.